Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. Thank you as always for your tweets. Stewart Robson with us, Frank Leboeuf outside Stamford Bridge, Stevie, Nicol and Craig Burley here in the studio. First question is for Craig. As a Chelsea legend, when are you visiting Stamford Bridge to get a feel for the Club World Cup trophy, just like Frank did today?
I have to wait on the invite.
Do you think the invite is imminent?
Well, bearing in mind, in the 25 years since I left there, I have never had an invite.
Right.
I would imagine. I'm not.
Hey, maybe.
Well, you know,
No wonder.
maybe I could curry favour back in. You know, I don't know. Maybe I could worm my way back in.
Frank, you were invited by the club, yeah? And what, you did a Q&A afterwards? What was the question that most people were asking you?
Well, it was mostly what I thought about the game. We talked about Craig a little bit, and I tried to defend him, but It was hard to, I have to say, it was very hard. But no, people.
You didn't try that hard.
I think people, because Chelsea fans are very smart, people understood the meaning of his let's say reflection on the Club World Cup. You know, of course, it's not. You know, something we as players we look for, but it's important for the fans, important for the club, and it's important for the player. That's enough.
What's interesting is that you think out of everyone, Craig maybe with most hated, but in fact, you were banned from the Emirates, weren't you, Robbo?
Right, I need to sort that out.
I was banned from the Emirates because of my comments about Arsene Wenger, I think. So when we were invited, or I was told to go and do a piece to camera just outside the ground, you have to get permission, and I wasn't allowed permission to go in there. Having been on Arsenal TV for 7 or 8 years and, being Player of the Year on a couple of occasions, I wasn't allowed to go near the grounds. A bit like Craig, really.
Oh, I love it.
Right, we need to get a thinking hat on.
How are you going to get banned from Stamford Bridge?
Caps. So, Robbo,
you got it back on top.
Well, again, just when I thought I'd up my game, I'm going to have to up it again.
A question for Robbo. Which one of the following players should leave Chelsea before the next season? Lukaku, Pulisic or Werner?
I would say 2 of those players would need to leave Chelsea to get back to their best, Timo Werner and Lukaku. If you was picking one out, I'd say it was Timo Werner. Lukaku might get a second wind and get another chance, maybe.
Frank, did you manage to have that conversation with Lukaku that you wanted?
No, unfortunately not. I didn't see any players. Yesterday I went on the field and I saw the little players having the training session, but not the Chelsea players. I would have loved to because, again, I love him and I wish him the best, but I didn't have that chance.
Frank, which club wants to win the Carabao Cup final more this weekend, Chelsea or Liverpool?
Well, I don't know. I think both of them want to win that, but I think there are more pressure on Liverpool because Chelsea already won a fantastic trophy lately, and I'm sure Liverpool needs to win something. So far, they didn't win the Champions League. They are one of the contenders for the Premier League, but they're still far away from Manchester City. So they have to win something. It's not the same pressure for Chelsea. Even I'm sure everybody is craving for that trophy again.
What do you think, Stevie?
I don't think it means more to any one more than the other.
Who needs it more then?
Well, Klopp doesn't need it.
Right.
Tuchel.
Yeah.
Tuchel needs it because Liverpool at this moment in time are still in the championship race. Chelsea are not.
Yeah.
Right, they're not. And I know it's done the rounds, this World Club Championship, but it is effectively a couple of glorified friendlies. Now, you're not going to save your job, and I'm not suggesting he's getting sacked, but you're not going to, at the end game at Chelsea, you're not going to turn around to Abramovich and say, we delivered the Club World Cup.
Right.
It's domestic trophies, Premier League, and obviously the Champions League. So he needs silverware more, success more than Jurgen Klopp, who is under no pressure. Well, I say no pressure. He's not under any immediate pressure whatsoever at Liverpool.
I mean, if they don't win the Carabao Cup and they finish the top 4, it's not going to make any difference to his position this year.
Who?
I mean, so I got that the wrong way around. If they win the Carabao Cup and don't get in the top 4, then regardless of winning the Carabao Cup, he'll get the sack anyway.
Right.
And if they don't win the Carabao Cup and they finish in the top 4, then he'll still have his job, I think, at the end of this year.
Yeah.
Stevie, if you were the Liverpool manager, who would be in the starting front three for Liverpool this Sunday?
Ooh. Well, Firmino's out because he's injured.
Right.
So I think you have to go with Mane, Jota and Salah.
Yeah.
I don't believe, as good as Diaz has been,
He'll stick
I think you're going to upset Jota if you play Diaz before Jota. And at the end of the day, there's a lot of things you've got to throw on. And sometimes it's just the right thing to do. So I think that front three, and it's not exactly harming it too much. But I think he has to play Jota. I'll start Jota over Diaz.
We saw this weekend, the videos of abuse that were hurled at Foden and Pickford at the boxing. What was it like back in the day, Craig? Could you go shopping on the high street, eat out with family without abuse because of your team affiliation?
No.
You couldn't?
No, I mean, I didn't.
Well, was it most intense, I imagine, in Glasgow, was it?
Yeah, not physical.
Right.
Apart from the guy that hit me over the head with a bottle.
Oh.
That's a different story.
that was Stevie.
Physical about that. Yeah.
No, but that was
a Chelsea fan. That wasn't a Celtic or a
Who hit
Rangers
you over the head
fan.
with a bottle?
It were the boys. I won't go into details. The boys were out
Right.
in late one night.
Okay.
It wasn't actually. I wasn't involved in an incident, but I copped for it.
Right.
Anyway, when I've been with the family, I haven't had physical altercations like that, but there's certainly a lot of verbal ones.
Right.
Yeah. Whether you've got.
You have to be conscious about where you go, I imagine, like what time of day and things like that, no? Yeah, you have to be smart about it?
Not too bad, as long as you're. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, the Foden stuff. I mean, the Pickford stuff is just verbals.
Right.
That's all it's been, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Foden stuff got a bit nasty.
Yes.
That was a lot nastier.
Yes.
So no, I've not had that with the family, no.
Stevie?
Never a problem in Liverpool.
Right.
But kind of always went to the same places. You know, didn't venture too far. But the only place I couldn't go was Manchester.
Right.
Just a complete no-no.
Yeah. You can go shopping there, can do anything there.
Could do anything in Liverpool.
Right.
As you know, Liverpool Everton fans are get on fine.
Right, but Manchester's a different level.
Manchester,
Yeah.
different ball game. Stay well clear.
What about you, Frank?
No, I didn't have any problem. I mean, I was the captain of Marseille, and I know that if you don't win a game, it's hard to be in the city and talk to the people because they can get very upset with you. But no, it's been fine. We had some results, so it was okay. And I live in Paris now, and again, I was the captain of Marseille, and I never had any problem. Some insults at some point, but it goes, and that's fine by me. But never had any problem physically.
Yeah, winning a World Cup, I imagine. Is there anywhere that you can go, Robert, where you aren't abused?
Do you know what, Dan? I was never abused. Whenever I went out, whenever I went shopping or anything, never abused. Apart from once when I was in a bar and a lot of Tottenham fans gathered around and started to hurl a bit of abuse. They were worse for wear, and I made a swift exit, a very good exit as well. That's about it.
Finally, is there a chance one day to see a Craig and Stevie podcast, like the Gab and Jules podcast?
Well, who's going to say this? You or me?
You go.
Not a chance.
Why not? It'd be great. People would love it.
We're not.
We just don't have the time.
Have the time. Stevie's complaining he's got to get up at 9:30 tomorrow morning.
9. No, 8:30. 8:30 the latest.
Oh dear.
Not a chance, right?
No.
Well, I never rule anything
What if you
out.
get some more dough for it?
What time do you want us
There
there?
you go.
Yeah. Oops.
That's it. Frank, what are you doing for the rest of the evening now? What's it, 11 o'clock in England?
Well, going back to my hotel, and I'm gonna go into my bed because it was a long day, but it was a great
No, you're
very
not.
nice day, and I have to go back to straight because tomorrow I work with you guys.
Yeah.
You're going to go back to your hotel and you're going to start singing Frank Leboeuf songs.
Change into your Chelsea kit and off you go.
Going to get the cloth out, get the old Duraglit on the heat, get it shined up for
Just
going
make
out.
sure you tell people you're friends with me.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm going to ignore what he was saying.
I will, for sure, Craig. Don't worry. Don't
All right,
worry.
Frank. Cheers,
What
pal.
about you, Robbo? What about you the rest of the night?
Bye-bye.
As Frank said, it's 11 o'clock, time to go to bed. You know, I've got an early start tomorrow. But if they
early
did
start,
have that,
Robbo.
yeah, if
It's
they
going to
did
take
have
you
that
about 6
podcast-
hours to get that gear off.
I tell you what, it's blooming warm in here. I should have turned the heating down.
I bet yes.
Mind you, if they had that podcast, Dan, as you were talking about, it wouldn't be about football, would it? It'd be about golf.
Well, yeah, and lots of other things, I'm sure, which wouldn't be
I'm
allowed
not suggesting what it would be about.
Yes.
Football, hey.
That is it. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, Frank, for staying late for us. ESPN FC back on your screen tomorrow. I'll be reflecting on United against Atletico. Thank you very much for watching ESPN FC on YouTube. For more highlights, analysis and exclusive content, be sure to subscribe.